Virgo, song that's playing for you is instructions. Alright, so look, whether you getting instructions or you trying to give instructions, you taking instructions, or it's like you following instructions, or all you did was follow instructions, or you telling somebody to follow your instructions. Alright, you know what you got going on. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. Shit, you may be shining some light on something you invested in that doesn't have you projected in the right type of way, and all you were doing was following instructions. All you did was do what someone was telling you to do, Virgo, and then now you may be seen or projected in a negative type of way, or just in a lower energy regarding a passion you invested in. Look, you may have fallen in some way, shape, or form, whether something was unstable. Again, all you was doing was following instructions, and you following someone's instructions. You following someone's instructions got you heartbreak, made you fall from a higher perspective or a higher viewpoint, got you undecided now, not knowing what to do, which way to go. Look, first card out, 10 of Cups in reverse. You're not happy about some shit there, Virgo. Something you emotionally invested in long term was not long term for you, and now it's like if you invested with this with friends, yeah, look, something you invested in had you fallen from if it's like you versus someone outside of you, someone doesn't think highly of a cycle with Virgo anymore. Now someone only thinks lower in a cycle with Virgo. Well, if it's just third dimensional, then you could have fallen from one position to a lower position. You used to be in the manager position, now you just a regular employee type shit. You got pay cuts, all right? You downsized in housing, downsized in lifestyle, downsized in something, or just in your mind. You falling from higher ideas and mentalities to lower ideas and mentalities. Something you invested in does not have you emotionally fulfilled right now. And all you did was follow somebody's raggedy ass instructions. Or again, now they could have been somebody outside of you raggedy ass instructions, or they could have been your own raggedy ass instructions. Look, something fell though. Put your foot, you know what you got going. You know what you got going, Virgo. Don't let me tell you. It's only the first card too, goddamn. Nice for what? It's like now you're not happy, so it's like you defensive now. So now it's like what you may be real snappy right there, Virgo. Look, I don't know what you into. Look what's back on the bottom. You invested in a passion, you thought that it would get you a certain type of outcome, but what that shit brought you, an ending. What's behind that? Look, now you looking at what you worked on, and you like, what the fuck? Why? There's no reason for me to be nice to you right now. I was following your instructions, back to the last song, and it put me in this position. Now I'm viewed this way. I'm not happy here anymore. Now you're defensive to everyone here. Everyone in this situation, everyone in this space, because you ain't get what you wanted. Oh, it didn't fall though. This is your Yes, judgment in reverse. If it's you versus you, it's like you may not like or may not want a certain judgment to be called. Again, you don't like how shit looking right now. You thought this emotional investment would make you feel good if you did it fast, or if you invested in this, and you got, again, the opposite of what you wanted. You got the opposite. Now you're emotionally unfulfilled in this family or this friend group or this wherever you're at currently. If it's if it's you and some co-workers, you're not happy about the people you working with. They don't make you happy at all. And if it's just like family, then your family getting on your nerves now. Emotionally, they ain't it. It's wherever home is to you is not home anymore, and you're defensive towards that space because you invested in a passion too quickly. That was a negative energy. And again, you was following your own bad instructions, or you was following someone else outside of you's bad instructions. Now you don't like the judgment that was called. You actually don't want the judgment that was called to be called, even though it was already called. Because whether you like it or not, judgment is out. Judgment is out, this motherfucker. It's just in reverse. So this could be you calling a bad judgment, or this is just the judgment that is called. You don't subscribe to it. And that's why you defensive. You want to be defensive towards judgment, but you can't be defensive towards a higher power outside of you, Virgo. It's like you being defensive about what the decision God made. God, goddesses, universe, Ra, Allah, whatever title you subscribe to. You feel me? It could have been your higher self. Look, because you did something. You ain't investing something the right way, or you let someone bring you a bad idea and you invested in that bad idea. Now you're in a space where you're not happy. You may be defensive towards people outside of you, or just towards other ideas and mindsets, period. And because you don't like the judgment that was called. Wow, I thought this was Can We Talk Again? This fucking commercial. You thought something you invested in would heal you once upon a time on the bottom, or something was healing you, until something happened that changed the outcome of the situation. Again, it could be a bad judgment. If it's you versus someone outside of you, someone that gave bad judgment, gave you some bad advice, gave you a bad idea, but it was like someone you held in high honor, or you just had a high perspective. Look, Two of Wands, and you invested in that bad idea. It's like someone brought you a good idea painted as a bad idea painted as a good idea, and you invested in it because you thought it would heal you. You let someone communicate or express themselves to you immaturely. Look, they was like, Virgo, you should do this. Go this way. This will get you what you want. This will help. This will heal you. This will help you manifest what it is you're trying to obtain. But all they was really doing was trying to steal some shit, Virgo. They was trying to take someone's time, energy, and or money, or they was taking your time, energy, and or money. The song that's playing for you is Benz. See, they was like, if you do this, it'll put you in the Benz. You was like, all right, bet. Whole time, look, it was really an idea from a lower place. Internally, because whoever this was had some sort of internal problems, internal trauma that ain't work out. So their higher thought, or lowest thought in this case, this would be like their devil energy, gave them an idea and they invested in it. But they needed a partner in crime. So look, they expressed themselves towards Virgo, and they was like, Virgo, you should do something like this. Really, they was just lying to you. They was playing on you. But you invested in it. Now you in an unhappy situation, and you may be defensive towards this individual now, or towards the mindset, or the whatever puts you in this position. You are now defensive towards that because you thought you would be in a band. Supreme shirt so I can feel the wind. And look, if it's you versus you, this is the fact. That's just more clarity on the fact that you invested in something you should not have invested in. You thought you were experienced in a space. You thought you developed enough mindsets and mentalities. It's like you thought something all the way through, only to find out you didn't. Now you're not happy and you're defensive because you got the opposite of what you wanted. Because if whatever this was worked, you would have been real emotionally happy, but it didn't work. So you are not happy at all, actually. And it's like you may be defensive and snappy towards those around you because what you thought would work didn't work. And look what's on the bottom, Empress in reverse. You may be seen as wicked right now. I do believe that song that was for Taurus, but you may just be in a wicked energy right now. Because something ended that you didn't want to end, or you just didn't want something to end. You didn't want to stop, or you didn't want to, whether it was stop expressing your mind a certain type of way, or just stop investing in a certain type of energy. Stop giving yourself to a certain type of energy, or giving yourself to a certain type of desire that was only bringing you lower emotions. Again, if it's you versus someone outside of you, you held in high regard in some way, shape, or form, brought you a bad judgment call. They gave you some bad advice that only put you in conflict. Now you're defensive and not happy because of whichever direction someone had you going, or whichever direction you invested in that you shouldn't have invested in. You thought this person was experienced in this space only to find out they weren't. Or you thought you thought of all the possible outcomes and go wrongs in the space only to find out you didn't. You know what you got going on. Yeah, look, you did something too fast. Way too fast. And now you fucked up. Look, you invested in a good idea too fast. Fast forward, because this the splits. Good idea brought you conflict. Good idea brought you unhappiness. Good idea brought you defensiveness. You may wish you never invested in this idea as fast as you invested in this idea. You thought this shit would bring you a brand new Benz. It'll bring you all the abundance and happiness in the world. And that was a bad judgment call. Cray. Yeah, you crazy, motherfucker. That's what it's saying. You was crazy to believe something you invested in would bring you balance. Now the space you in is what? Instability. I'm gonna fuck with you there, Virgo. You may feel left out from something. Or you may just wish you left out whatever this idea or mindset was. You may wish you didn't involve yourself in this situation. Or you just didn't ask this friend for a judgment. You didn't ask this friend for their opinion on a situation because the only thing they brought you was lies. You know what you got going on. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. I'm gonna fuck with you though.